Good evening and welcome to Hangout in the Crib. We are your Battle Pirates Crib crew. I am the BP Professor, and I'm joined tonight by a great group of men, Mr. Daniel.
Hello, everyone.
And Mr. Hefe.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for showing up.
And I'm joined by my stone ghost hammer again, which probably isn't coming through very well because it's all ghosted out. But it's really cool looking can.
Yeah, it just appears to be a white can.
Okay, it's not Stone Ghost Hammer. It's generic beer.
Yes, we're not even sure what it is.
Like in Repo Man, you ever see that? Do you remember that?
I remember seeing Repo Man years ago.
Yeah, it's an old movie.
What the cans that just said beer on the side?
Yep.
Yeah. I think I even actually, I swear I almost remember seeing them in real life at one point, at some point in the 70s.
It used to be a thing, yeah. Now it's less of a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
store brands.
Store brands now, not just white.
I was at Costco, and you could buy the Costco brand of light beer in a 48-pack.
48-pack.
48-pack for $22. Just for you people. I haven't tried it. I'm not sure who actually makes it for them. But yeah, the 48-pack is breaking new ground. I know Stroh's broke new ground how many years ago when they put the 30-pack out?
30-pack.
Yeah, and the 30-pack, they invented that.
Because K-Stay was just too easy.
Yeah. We could talk in the after show why there's a 6-pack, a 12-pack, a 15-pack, an 18-pack, a 24-pack, and a 30-pack in most major grocery stores of your major beers such as Budweiser or whatnot. And we're still waiting for Budweiser as a sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. So once Larry starts drinking Budweiser, you know that we're just rolling in the money at that point.
That's right.
Yep.
All right. So today we're going to talk all raid all the time, except when we're talking about beer. So I guess I can fire up the slides and we'll get going.
Okay. I will put you on present.
I suppose I should present. All right. Today's show, Cuyahoga, brought to you by the Burning River. Or
Glowing Seas, Burning River,
or the Glowing Sea.
Yes.
And our good friend, this is our new character, Gut Spill, who's, I'll say, way less hot than Zoe or Greta or even Visago. If you're drunk enough.
Well, I'm sort of curious if they come out with his female adversary or assistant. That's not going to look good either. Or it could be interesting. I don't know. Stick through the whole raid cycle and wait for the female version of Gutspill.
Wait, who was the female Reaver?
Oh yeah, she was the badass with the tattoos and the cuts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Don't know.
Grimshine?
Grimshine.
There we go.
Yeah, Grimshine. Right. Yeah, I don't think Grimshine wants anything to do with him or his glowy crystals or his guts that seem to be spilling out and held in by chains.
Yeah, it's weird. Is it originating in his gut or is it coming up out of his pants? I don't know what's going on there.
All right, let's
move on.
All right. Okay, so first raid in this raid cycle, and they do have all the targets. I think last cycle they didn't have an S target in the first raid.
Correct.
This one they do. So we'll see how it goes. We've seen what was purported to be the 100 a few times, VXP weekend, and some other with those Reaver Nav relays for the assault chests.
Mm-hmm.
So probably we're going to see about the same thing. They had a preview that had the very same 100 in it. So I guess we'll just see. And then again, the same tier and blitz targets, same pattern we've seen before. 3 in an A set, 3 in a B set, 3 in a C set, and some blitz targets that are probably not a very good value.
Yeah, I find it a little bit. I recall earlier on, I thought we were told that the Phoenix was, well, actually, we're going to see that in a little bit, but that this sort of contradicts what Doom Rooster said yesterday, as far as the appropriateness for different hulls at different targets, as far as, because right now it appears that the Phoenix and the Skyfire are basically the same ship when you're supposed to,
Well, the same effectiveness according to these recommendations.
Same effectiveness against different, against the targets. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And if you haven't, if you weren't able to buy the Phoenix last raid and get some built, and you were, maybe you got the Skyfire and the TLC, but you don't have any really effective Skyfire fleet built.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a good idea to wait and see which is going to be more effective or even more effective for the build time, right? Because Skyfires, I think, are going to be a quicker build. At least the hull's a little bit quicker.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the hull's like about a day quicker, as I recall.
Yeah.
They're also giving away a lot of tokens for it. For the Skyfire, the Phoenix doesn't get any.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
When I saw before, it was only 5 tokens. Are there more?
Yeah, I think it's only 5, but
It's better than 0.
Yeah, that's better.
Also, you get the ones from the TLC.
Right.
But the ones from okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, those were 12. I got 3 hulls built.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I mean, they've got 1 Hornet on them each, and that's it. But they're built.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Bless you, sir.
All right. Points. She's got some points.
Yep. She's got some points she wants to make with you. Yep.
She'd like to bring up a few points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Daniel's not a big fan of this picture, but oh well. No. Screw him.
Yeah. And now we make Russian pop music.
That is a distinct possibility where that came from. I didn't really I didn't delve into her background like I've done with others.
I was at a music festival and there was this Czechoslovakian band, and this woman she was making weird noises by rubbing a mic input on her arm, going woo, 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 woo. And then she stopped that and she's like, and now we make Russian pop music, and then they went into some other weird song. So anyway, these are the points for the various tiers. They're probably about the same as what we saw last time.
Yeah. It's I think they're pretty similar. Well, I think tier 7 is a little bit lower. We've also seen some of the point requirements come down as well. So, as far as absolute value,
it's tough to compare.
Yeah. Well, I think we're actually ahead, but we don't know enough about the targets to say if they're harder or easier. But I think per target, I think we're actually coming out ahead relative to some of the other stuff that we've had to deal with because of some of the the cost reductions that we've seen that are coming up.
Okay. So this is all this target, blah, blah, blah. Skyfire best bet in tier 6.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of interesting that they say that, right? And so and then they say the Phoenix for the S. So does that mean the Skyfire is better than the Phoenix in the tier 6?
That's why I put this in there, because this is sort of confusing and conflicting, or maybe not even conflicting, but they acted like they were equals going up there, but now it's yeah, is there something different in these targets that favors one over the other? Because I planted to hit ASETs, at least on this first round, because I only have 3 Phoenixes built.
Yeah.
And maybe that's enough, but they're completely built. Now I'm building a 4th blank. But yeah, it's a little bit confusing as far as what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat as you. I've got 3 built and ready to go Phoenix and 1 blank building, and then hope to start the flagship during the raid. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have to hit targets and see, points per damage, see whether the S set. I mean, I felt like it was a pretty tough target for 3 Phoenix. I mean, it not like ridiculous tough, but you're gonna take a lot of damage. I think.
Yeah. I saw some of the previews, and I didn't even have the fleets to actually hit the the hubs or whatever those things were.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that the ASETs would be quite manageable with the Phoenix, and that's the only reason I put this in there, because it's not clear if the Phoenix is going to be better than the Skyfire in all the targets or just the S target, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Yep.
So
it's yeah, I guess we'll just see. And then the other thing, they talk about the Zelos, and they sort of tease something coming to help the Zelos out, and it seems like it's this Com Prime. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes.
Yes, Zealous.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So targets. This is some shots of this is the S level target.
Mm-hmm.
So you got these 4 clusters of ships, and then you've got the land-based turrets. Zooming in.
Yeah, there's a couple clicks. There's a couple clicks on here after you on the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the land turrets, you've got this. Looks like a venom spitter, but they called it a launcher.
No, the launcher is just to the right.
Oh, this one is the launcher. What'd they call this one?
That's the Wind Rider scatter turret.
Okay, scatter turret. Yeah, I was never dumb enough to sail into this thing. So, but yeah, apparently it really messes you up.
Yeah. That's like the that short range. Oh, the guillotine, or that short range rocket thing that we had last time. From what I can tell, it's not quite. It's worse than the cold snap.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't have the range. You can outrange these ones. The gray one at the top.
Yep. And then we have this long-range MIRV missile. It's kind of interesting. When I was fighting these in the preview, I noticed that they seem to be just a single missile.
Did you have counters?
My Phoenix didn't ever seem to shoot down.
Okay.
So
it's supposed to MIRV when you counter it, and a lot of older players will remember that this is actually the Brimstone.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was the Brimstone, it's a dumbfire. It acts like a mortar. At least that's what it did back in the day when it was a Brimstone in your base. I don't know if that's what's going to happen here, but
that's interesting. I never tried to really outrace these. I was just sitting there pinging away at them.
Mm-hmm.
These clusters, and let's go through the last one. Then you got this mid-range. They call it a launcher turret, and it would fire a salvo of shots at you, and then leave these fire fields that would sort of move around a little bit. So yeah, these are the turrets you're dealing with. I felt like they had pretty significant health. They took a while to kill.
Okay, so
any other?
No, I never actually, like I said, I never actually hit any of those targets. So I just watched people on the preview and watched people hitting, because I never had the ships to feel like I was going to do anything but just die badly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I haven't. I just put these together so at least people have a general strategy moving forward as far as what to hit hard and what to kite.
Right. And then, do you have anything? The launchers you definitely wanted to keep moving on if you can, but again, it was kind of tricky, right? Because you got these launchers, and then you don't want to drive into this guy, the scattergun. So you want to move on these, but you don't want to drive into these. So you gotta watch yourself. And then, do we have anything on the ships specifically?
Yeah. We got I think we have 2 more sets of slides.
All right. So
On the targets.
keep rolling. Yeah, the ships. So you've got these groups of Malice surrounded by these drones. The drones are tough to kill because they have really high evade, and then the Malice starts healing them. So you got to get a bunch of hits kind of in a row, so that you kill them and don't just wound them, because then the Malice heals them up.
Kill shots, everybody. Kill shots.
Kill shots. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then the other tricky thing is you want to keep these drones at range if you can, and it's tricky because you've got the edge of the screen, and then you've got the glowing fire on the water, and you don't want to drive into that. Yep. So usually you really weren't able to target the Malice because the drones would keep you away.
Yeah. Well, and also the Malice, from what I've seen, the Malice doesn't really have that much offensive capabilities.
Well, agreed. But if you could sink the Malice, then you'd find an easier time with the drones because they wouldn't be getting healed.
Yes. Yeah. And the drones have very high evade, and it's going to be interesting to see how the UAV Skyfire carrier works versus these relative to the Phoenix, because it seemed like in a lot of previews and the other things that the Skyfire, the Phoenix missiles had a hard time making solid contact with these drones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't want them let them get too close to get into your point
defense
range, because they're putting out massive damage when they get into that range.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
And then the Hulk.
You'll be taking more than you're given. And
Yep. Hey, Brian. Yeah, and then the Hulk.
hello.
You piss him off, he gets angry, and he gets fast.
Right. And then he's got some UAVs he launches that do massive amounts of damage. So you definitely want to kind of understand what he's doing and be able to stay out of range. You definitely can stay out of range if you know he's going to do what he's doing. But you got to do it.
Yeah, and he's going to have a lot of speed, but not a lot of turn speed. So if you want to hit him at an angle that's not straight on with the front of him. Hit him from the side, tag him from the back, whatever you boys do.
You like to hit the Hulk from behind?
Well, it makes him, or is at least the furthest from the front, and force him to use his lack of turn speed to try and come after you.
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of coming at him from the front and then sort of turning before the missiles landed, so then he couldn't catch up to me. So that's another strategy. But yeah, I think maybe the quickest way to kill these guys would be as if you can hit them from the side.
Yeah. Okay. We got a couple more on the targets.
Okay, you got the
Power core.
Power core. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Increases damage for both sides.
Yes.
So, I guess if you're giving out more than you're getting, it helps you.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I mean, I was thinking about that, and maybe it helps you on your side if you kill that early because of your deflection. I'm not sure how that works. If you can lower both sides' damage down, and they don't have, well, now it's ship and structure deflect or building or whatever it is, but siege and assault deflection. Maybe that actually helps you to kill it first, but he also, when you kill it, also shoots off fireballs that leave fire fields.
So here's what I'm thinking, is that if you can kill things faster, like if you're doing pretty well in these targets, I think you want to keep the damage as high as possible and kill things quickly. That's just my feel. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I think if you're killing things fast, it helps you to kill them faster.
Also, foreshadowing, except not really because the release notes are live. If you're taking damage on your flagship, you might want the damage to be increased, because then you hit one of your thresholds faster and do an awesome thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Or spread it out because they last for 10 seconds. So that assumes that you're taking, it's 1,000 armor points that last for 10 seconds. So that's 100 DPS, right?
Yeah, it's not much.
Yeah, but you're probably like going super fast and dodging them though. Like you let out your salvo of death in the air, and you'll kill whatever's attacking you, and then you're pretty free. So I don't know if you'll run into that problem where your overload time is quote unquote wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah. Because I was thinking the opposite.
Maybe that's the other thing. It'll help you finish the target faster, just make your raid faster if you keep these things alive.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have just made the targets smaller, but
one would have wished. That was my biggest gripe with all the previews and targets. Is it just these targets felt really tedious, even just the first couple. So I'm really not looking forward to this raid or raid cycle.
Everything for the past, almost everything for the past 6 months, the hundreds and the Scourge thing were like 2-3 minutes each. That was fine.
Yeah. All right. And then you got the Generalist Dampener, which exists to make sure that the Zelos isn't your best choice for these. Maybe that's my quasi tinfoil hat opinion.
No,
but
that's
probably not very tinfoil. That's pretty much
evident.
it. Yeah.
Is it really called that?
Generalist Dampener, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because it makes
To
your
get
Generalist
Zealous?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Zelos Flaccidator.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Zealous Saltpeter.
You're getting a little subtle there, Hefe.
Yeah.
All right. And then you got these glowing fields that do corrosive damage when you sit in them or sail through them.
Yeah. And the only thing to think about this strategically is the fact that the Phoenix gets a 50% combat speed boost inside of a fire field. So we haven't hit these targets enough to know, but they could potentially be advantageous to you.
Oh, if the drones are catching you.
If you're trying to outrun the drones and you can run through these things and you're not taking that much damage, that 50% combat boost might save you from the big drone boom.
Yeah. Okay. Good thought.
I feel like instead of the Generalist Damper, instead of making that exist, they could have just tuned down the numbers on the Zelos stuff. But what do I know?
Well, nerfs are really unpopular, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like the initial, because it was like 5120 versus 5750, the damage, and that's actually a really close comparison. I was surprised it was that high. But maybe if they made it like a few, 200 to 300 damage lower on the missile, and maybe a little lower in terms of defenses, perhaps they might not have had to take this route. It feels,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. It just feels more overtly unfair than releasing stuff that was weaker, but it's already weaker than the skill hole stuff. I don't know what the right answer is, but I'm not sure I like this answer.
Okay.
It's too blatant.
Okay. All right. So here's your main prize ladder. You've got the 2 tiers, and I think you're limited to 1 per tier. Is that right? I'll say yes, unless somebody contradicts me.
I'm looking it up.
All right. Thanks, Brian. And so you've got the left side, which is the Apollo and then the Phoenix sort of route. And then you got the right side, which is the Skyfire and Generalist route. So
it doesn't say that there's a limit anywhere. In order to earn a prize from a tier, you must own a prize from a previous tier. You can't get the Switchblade or Anti-Missile or Edge without first owning the Counter-Missile Extender, etc., etc.
Right.
But it doesn't say limit one prize per level. Although it's been that way for so long, I think that's still going to work that way.
Okay.
The gut spill is 20,000?
20 million, yeah.
I mean, 20
Well,
million.
the gut spill 40.
It's 40, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
The Phoenix is.
20.
Yeah, the Phoenix is 20.
So the price isn't right here. It should be a 40.
No. The Gutspill Phoenix is 40. The Gutspill Skyfire Carrier is 20.
No, the gut spill Sky Carrier is 40.
Yeah, it's 40.
Did they change it in the last couple of hours?
It's always been that
don't
way for me.
think
Let me see if I can find an editing time. 4:04
Yeah, it's
p.m. So
there.
they might have done that. They might have edited it, but it's 40 million now for the gut spill Skyfire.
Well, July event briefing. Because I find it odd that they would do that at this point. Let me double check.
I've been gone all day. I don't know how it was out initially.
Oh yeah, they did. They changed it in the last couple of hours.
So
okay.
I don't think it was a change. I think it was always 40.
Well, what was presented in the briefing was 20 because I basically did a copy and paste into a spreadsheet and came up. This is where that came from. But yeah, they did bump it up to 40.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe it was a
Cheeky.
typo.
I mean, probably because these limited flagship pulls have always been higher, but
Yeah.
that's meh.
But if you think about it,
there's no new PvP things.
So here's the basic thing: is there's
Okay.
no new anything except for the flagships.
I think
And-
that's wonderful.
Yeah. People have been asking for like a break from all this stuff, and here it is, right? Here's your break.
mm-hmm.
So I think that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I'm gonna try and fix this slide just by copy and paste it because it brings up a whole different conversation in my mind because this has definitely been changed in the last couple of hours.
Well,
but
right,
if you
so-
think about it, as far as what's the value of the Phoenix relative to the carrier is,
To the flagship carrier in particular, though.
well, I mean, if you look at the Phoenix on one side, I just copied and pasted this. If you want to hit, can you hit refresh, Larry? And then we can get just hit refresh. Because I've changed I've changed this slide. Just want to hit F5.
The magic of editing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Live editing. We're all about. So now that I didn't even really think about this before with the fact, because they have also changed this. I guess they did this when they changed because on the left-hand side, the Zoe's Apollo used to be the Apollo. And then maybe they changed the cost of the Skyfire flag at that point in time. But it's sort of okay. I see what you're saying, Larry. But that's not what was posted on the forums.
Okay.
So, because I took this apart in a very particular way. But what is the valuable thing at this point? Because it's like if you're trying to work your way up, you're gonna have a hard time because everything unlocks. You got to unlock the gut spill at 40 million in order to get the rest of it.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. I think there's a lot of players who are in the boat of they were able to do the first 2 prize packs of the Skyfire campaign, but not the third. So they're going to be here, and maybe they have the Zelos, maybe they even have the Zoe, right? And they're going to be sitting here, and they're going to be like, well, I really want that UAV targeting circuitry, and don't want to, you know, bust ass for the gut spill, but I got to spend at least 20 million for the Phoenix, which I don't want to build. You know, I think those players are going to be in kind of a bad position.
Yeah, if you don't have the Phoenix, but if you already have the Phoenix, you can already go around for the UAV targeting circuitry. Yeah,
but if you have the Phoenix, you're probably not going to want to build Skyfires.
Do we? Well, that's something that we'll
wait a few months.
Yeah.
Well, wait
a few months,
and maybe we'll see. But I think if you got the Phoenix, you're probably committed to the Phoenix for this raid.
Well, if you wait a couple of months, they're going to give you they're going to rain down tokens on you for the Skyfire, because that's what they did with the Icebreaker. Because the guy who made it, I guess, was really upset and sad that nobody liked his fleet, and so he doused us all with tokens.
Before that, they rained down tokens for the monolith.
Yeah, it was monolith first.
That one also sucked.
Well, they also, proven by math, but also
proven by math. What does this mean?
But QED, your ship sucks. QED. I think that was because they released the tech 2 months later that was better than the tech that we got in the raids. Yeah. I think that was what made them do the monolith thing. The Icebreaker thing was done. Oh, I think the first was for the same reason, but the second was that guy was really salty that nobody built. He stuck with his fleet.
So I finally used my Icebreakers in that, actually in the Skyfire TLC, and it made that third pack pretty straightforward, because I was able to blast through 1 through 4 with the Icebreakers, and then did 5 with the monoliths, and then 6 I kind of burned up the Icebreakers, and then finished it with the Zeos monolith, and did 7, and so that was pretty easy. But I had those 2 garrison fleets to play with and get shot up. So anyway, so yeah, you got this prize ladder here, and I don't know. I mean, if this is definitely a wait and see, right? I mean, if you don't have either the Phoenix or the Skyfire, I think getting 40 million is going to be a tall order just to get the Phoenix.
Yeah, and maybe that makes sense, I guess. If you assume that somebody has the Phoenix, they may want to get, but that person also wants to get the Phoenix in the unlock store. But is this store going to unlock if you already own both the carbon fiber casing and the UAV targeting circuitry? If you already own, because sometimes you have to unlock one of the prizes on a side, and if you own them all, are they forcing you to get the Skyfire carrier? And should you potentially make this decision not to claim the UAV targeting circuitry in the TLC? I mean, this is a little confusing. I wish they had their own show where they explain shit, but whatever.
So the raid briefing, do you mean like a whip? So the raid briefing, prize list. In order to earn a prize from a tier, you must own a prize from the previous tier. Ergo, you cannot earn the Switchblade anti-missile or edge missile without first owning either the counter-missile extender or the pneumatic launch actuator, etc. Quoted directly from the raid briefing as I see it right now with my eyes. Because I had this question too, because they say one thing, but you got to wait and see how it actually works in the raid. Because what they say and what happens, well, yeah, not good.
I just think though that the free to play players are going to be in a real quandary this raid.
I might be hosed. Yes.
Oh, and I had a great picture for that. It actually said that.
So I mean, are you?
I don't know.
Brian,
I don't want it.
It involved a garden hose, but it was funny.
Are you?
Oh yeah, sure. It involved a garden.
Right? If you didn't, you didn't get the Phoenix.
Yeah. No, I have the Phoenix. I have the specials. The problem for me is, like, I have everything but the gut spells. My worry is, I want the gut spells Phoenix, right?
Oh.
But if they screw this up, that costs me 80 million.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. That's just my suspicion.
Although that is,
let's
that
say
is
you
my
have
other
the
concern.
Phoenix,
now.
the Talon, and the carbon fiber casing. You could switch around, just get the UAV targeting circuitry, and then unlock.
I can't
the
already
store.
have it.
No, but I
But
don't.
if I didn't, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. If you didn't, then you potentially saved yourself 32 million points to get to that. I mean, it's weird.
And
like I said, I wish they had their own show where they're playing stuff.
And also doing a TLC, which is the Call to Arms Prize Pack 4, thereby equivocating this special plus build times plus tokens to a limited flagship plus build tokens plus XP tokens plus 4 charged armors. They think this UAV targeting circuitry, based on the difficulty of the prize pack to get it, is equivalent to a Visago's Icebreaker and like 5 Icebreaker tokens and 4 charged armors. And it's not.
Well, we already established the Visago's Icebreaker is a piece of shit, but
It makes the fleet better. It's a good flagship.
it was decent. All right. All right.
The problem is it's an icebreaker. Like the problem is the last name.
Right.
Oh.
The last name.
Right. It makes your icebreakers slightly less shitty.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was able to.
Good luck having enough spare charged armor. Well, good spare M charged armor. They give you X.
Yeah, I was working so hard to come up with an analogy, but it's just failing me at this point.
Like, wait for the icebreaker.
Yeah. Well, the sagas. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, the marriage joke that's in there somewhere. Yeah, no.
Well, not a marriage joke, but yeah. Never mind. Until I can perfect it. Next week's show, Friday's show, I'll have that analogy together for everybody.
All right.
We're gonna get nines. We're gonna be like 40 minutes deep into the raid, and we're gonna get sucker punched with the Visago's joke.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Larry.
All right.
We probably move on. Okay, there we go.
Box store. So there's the Gut Spill Phoenix that I'll say probably the high end players are interested in. 40 million. Got your charged armors. The prices have dropped, but so has the quantity that you can get. So now you can only get 5 of each. Weren't. Super Hull shards, probably not all that interested compared to all the other stuff you could get.
Yeah.
And then the stun armor, I would rather just throw agility system on my ship and not use this. I don't know about anybody else.
But at 4.5 million, that's pricey, right?
It is. We've seen it all over the map. We've seen it at 5 million. We've seen it at $1.5 million.
Yeah.
The compromise greatly in favor of the 5 million.
Yes.
I like how they call these they're called scheduled prizes in the briefing.
Right, because you can
it's
only
not
get them
the time lock store anymore. It's scheduled prizes.
Scheduled.
Is the agility system?
I'm laughing at the name change. Like marketing team.
Yes.
No, stop.
Yeah.
You tried.
And the lady in the picture, I found that as a fascinating story. I mean, I didn't look at. I'm not sure if she was the winner, but this picture comes from. Anybody have any guess?
Was she Miss Minimum Security Prison 2010?
Really, really, really close. It appears that they were having a beauty contest in a women's prison in Russia, and that's what this picture is from.
Okay.
I mean,
that was a Fargo reference that I busted out, by the way.
Yeah. But I was giving you the facts here, people. That's what's going on here. I mean, who do they bring to judge these things? But whatever. Yeah.
All right. Other prizes unlocked. Bust and loose whenever you want. Nice. All right. Ship build tokens. This is about the same price we've seen.
Zeos.com Prime.
Yeah, we'll go through that in a minute. Visago's Pride, really good base hitter.
One day late for Prime Day, the Zealous.com Prime.
Yeah, yes, yes.
First cousin of Optimus Prime, Zeus Prime.
Yeah, did you ever get like a 12-button mouse? Because I saw some of them that were like $120 down to like 40.
I'm considering it. I know I showed you that link. The long-awaited descendant of Zombocom, the Zeus Prime.
Hefe.
Yes.
You all right?
Oh God, I killed him.
Don't die on Hefe.
Yeah, I went down the wrong pipe.
All right. Then you got some special build tokens for Apollos, Rhinos, Skyfires, and Zelos. And then some of the other equipment that, if you're missing it, will come in handy. Frontline countermeasures, really good. Phalanx 4, really good. Anti-missile proliferation and interception, maybe less good, but usable every once in a while.
Guidance systems wasn't on there, so that's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if they're. Is it in the FM?
GMS, I think, is in the FM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's tier 3 or 4. It's pretty far towards the front, I think. But even still, if you get the anti-missile proliferation, that's the missile range and the anti-missile range, the one for the Switchblade, that one, right?
Yeah. It's got that +1 multi-shot, I think.
Yeah, if you get that, you can get you can put laser targeting on your ships for accuracy and retargetable, because drones.
Okay.
Or hopefully you won the Skyfire, because UAVs do not care about your evade.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right.
All right.
Anything else here? I mean, I think it's interesting you get the Skyfire tokens. I mean, 5 of them. It's not great, but, worth doing.
It's better than nothing, I guess.
Is this Charlotte McKinney, by the way?
I forget who this is. She is famous. No, it's somebody else, but she's somebody that some people know her name.
All right.
But I don't think it is Charlotte McKinney. I'm not sure. I haven't heard a word out of her in a while.
Yeah, she hasn't called.
She hasn't called.
Yeah, she hasn't called in quite a bit.
You just hear from her attorney.
I think she's still miffed about, like, can't do this raid, you're not very good. And she was part of that group, and she just hasn't called back in a while.
I see. Kick size, difficult raids have hurt your...
Well, we just chatted, we talked about risk.
I'm pretty sure the casting couch is still going strong.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about gut spills. Okay. And while we're talking about people that Charlotte McKinney would never talk to, gut spills Phoenix.
She would never talk to Gutspill because
she would never talk to Gutspill.
Yeah,
he is disgusting and probably into that weird stuff, and also fictional.
Yeah. It doesn't. But he does look like he knows his way around a bacon cheeseburger.
Yes,
and she's also Carl's Jr.
Yeah,
model.
I got that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So Gutspill, the big thing here is the flagship effect.
Copyright friendly Roadhog.
Yes. All right.
Somebody got it.
Yes. Let's move forward. Yes.
So.
Yes.
Flagship effect. I think all these other stats are about the same as the regular Phoenix. Everything up here, maybe everything down here.
There was one, besides the flagship. Well, down at the bottom, the random launch override is different.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's start with the flagship effect.
Okay.
So putting this in your fleet, you get 20% accuracy, you get more combat speed, you get more projectile speed, which is nice. Projectile reload.
Is it nice?
Yes.
Your missiles get there faster.
But
yes. Oh, it's so great. Because, so here's the thing. My Apollos have high velocity rounds on them, and my Phoenix do not, and it drives me nuts. And I think, how can I put like high velocity rounds on my Phoenix, right? What am I missing? And what I've got on my Phoenix is I've got the Agility 4 and I've got the carbon fiber casing, and so on the Apollos I don't have that, and I have HVR, and it's like I don't want to take either of those off and put HVR on my Phoenix,
Okay.
but here you go. So yeah, I actually think this 50% projectile speed is going to be really nice.
Would you rather have 50% projectile resistance?
Pen resist. Pen resist. I will take either resist over projectile speed.
Okay, so why is
I
this
like
better than a Savage Kodiak?
But isn't this okay? Isn't this
the accuracy is going to help you.
One phalanx accuracy, yes.
Yeah, I like the accuracy. I think this is probably the best, especially given these targets we're seeing. And then the pen reload. I mean, that's just going to.
The pen reload.
That's going to just help your DPS.
It's not so much the berserk, but I want to see that random launch override, because what it looks like, if I can just hide the bottom row here, missile penetrating, blah blah blah. So it's got the range of a normal missile. It's got a splash of 25, and it stuns things for 6 seconds. So every few salvos, you stun things for 6 seconds. Holy crap, you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
I'm going to bring that along on a date.
Because you only need 6 seconds?
No, whatever.
Oh!
No, I only need to be stunning. For
You don't want the random launch override to go off in the middle of the day. No, that sounds bad.
Yeah. Oh my. Alrighty.
Wait.
All right.
Daniel's still catching up.
No, wait.
Poor Daniel.
What happened there?
So this is going to be pretty good.
This is the show about battle pirates, you guys. You never think it.
Yeah.
All right. So short answer, I think this is going to be a really good ship, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
it has a lot of, pretty much it's the same, except for, actually it's got a lot of things added on, because it's the flagship, the berserk, and the random launch override. And we didn't really get into did I miss it when we talked about the berserk?
No, I didn't talk about the berserk.
Okay.
The regular Phoenix? No, they don't have berserk, do they?
No, yeah. This is the berserk that, affects all the other ships.
Right.
So, yeah, you get the pen defense, the corrosive defense.
The reload and the damage.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, all put together, it's better than the Savage Kodiak. But I really hope and pray for the way that the game works, as far as they adjust things based on like what people are doing. How is the Savage Kodiak going to play in this first round until people have built this? Because this has got like a 12-day build. It should have an impact on the next time around, because people are going to be lucky to build this. They have to be set up correctly, be able to get all the tokens, and already have some tokens in their pocket in order to get this thing ranked on VXP weekend.
But see, turn speed might be a problem, but even unranked, I'd want to bring this along next grade.
Yeah, as long as it follows, it's the turn speed of this relative to the other ones.
Yeah, that'll kind of screw you up a little bit, but I think it'll still be worth it, because you can really kind of space out how you engage targets, and kind of get your fleet back up together before you start another piece. So I think this would be worthwhile to bring along even unranked. It's just my opinion, but yeah, I brought 5 days of tokens with me from the last FM, so I'm definitely going to get this for VXP weekend.
Yeah, I think I have more than 5. So because I had stuff left over from the whole issue with the
Talons.
Yeah, the Talon issue. Yeah, because I still have like 48 48 hours or 50 hours left of those.
All right, let's go to the next one, eh? A. So,
where's Raptor?
Gut Spill Skyfire. So this Gut Spill is a big man. He gets 2 flagships this cycle. So the big deal here is that the Gut Spill Skyfire will repair your other Skyfires.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's got a great repair efficiency because of the repair duration stays the same at 3 hours, and then they've added 120,000 armor points to it.
Yeah. So here's kind of what I was thinking is why wouldn't you just like build 5 Skyfires and then build this, and then you get your Skyfires shot up, and then bring them with this, get your Skyfires repaired, and then sit this in your dock and start repairing it, and keep going.
You know, I'm now that I'm looking at it, it's that repair thing. It could be in line with the Berserk ability because it's losing health as it goes, so it'll get Berserk faster.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that should be a thing that happens.
Yeah, it's 3,000.
So maybe it is good to keep it with. Yeah. Okay.
And it's a definite tank because as I recall, I don't know if you can look at it, Brian, but the normal Skyfire carrier, what are the resistances on it? I think they're both 30%, correct?
Holy crap! Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's 35 and 30. Wait, what? Yeah, it was 35 and 30. I forget which is which.
Yeah, but now they've jumped up to 70. And I'm really confused on what's the best haul at this point because...
But it doesn't have the aura. Does it?
What aura?
No. The stacking aura from the original Skyfires. This doesn't have that.
Well, it's got the 1.
No. The original Skyfires had that stacking aura, 14% of each resistance, and like projectile speed and something else. I forget what. This doesn't have that, but it kind of doesn't matter because
with theirs. But with theirs,
I don't know if there's a part of this. I don't know.
Yeah,
that would be amazing if it did, because then you don't need things like armor or resistance specials. And in fact, you shouldn't put a resist special on because the 140,000 armor, it's like a conqueror. You know how when you try to put something on, it goes overweight? Yeah, it's going to pretty much be the same here. Maybe you could fit like level 1 on, and I think it has been tested.
See, I don't think you'd want to put armor on here that would raise your repair ratio.
Me either.
Yeah.
I want that.
You might want to put charged on it, but I wouldn't put any regular armor on it.
Yeah, charge makes sense. But yeah, regular ones, because you're already at 3 hours, and no, I agree with Larry on this one.
What about the cadmium? Aren't they supposed to be?
But that's not even the same. That's like
it's 0.4.
Yeah, they're still going to raise it.
Yeah, 0.4 versus 0.08. That's a whole different. 8 versus 40 is basically the issues. So that has 5 times the repair time per armor point.
Okay, so the best thing to use on these is charged armors.
Yeah, charged or nothing.
Yeah, naked or charged. It's gonna be my new band name. You don't like that one? Okay.
No.
All right. I'm trying to remember. Is the UAV damage, because it seems overpowered?
It's pretty high.
UAV damage of plus 200. Is that what's on the other one?
I think it's 80.
Yeah. This is a very I'm just trying to figure out how it all works together. But this one seems like a very overpowered relative to the Phoenix.
Yeah, this is really, really strong.
Yeah.
The regular Skyfire is Oh, I have the special on it, and it's at 140.
Yeah, but without the special, isn't it? Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Let me check that out.
okay. I
The
feel that it's
special-
significantly lower.
Yeah.
Let's see, without the special, UAV damage 60.
Yeah. So it's huge.
Huge. What's going on with this? I mean,
That's a
what's the
huge
difference
boost.
between these two? What's going on here?
All right.
I mean, yeah.
So
The ship
let's
DPS is more too.
go back, right?
Oh wow.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
this might sell us some drones.
13,000. Yeah, 13,000 as opposed to 10,000. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this thing is like.
This might, oof,
I'm just wondering if they're going to change this.
this is spicy.
Yeah. You know, it's
What
like
are the
they,
deflections?
it's like
It's
product.
got double the deflections. They doubled the deflections.
Yeah, it's like product got a hold of the Phoenix one, but didn't have time to deal with the Skyfire one.
Wow.
Well, I
this
mean,
one's-
they're kind of okay with releasing incredibly OP stuff and keeping it in the game. Mungluts. Oh, sorry.
Well, once
Oh,
it's
fine.
actually released, yeah, this hasn't been released yet.
But that's different. That's for
But-
your base.
Well,
I mean,
and so right, overpowered in PvP is totally different than overpowered in PvE.
hmm
You know,
Yeah, they like releasing those underpowered, like the monoliths or the OUs or the icebreakers or the charged exomer in their initial format, or
yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. 300S.
So OP in PvE is tough because it hits them in the pocket, and then what? And then
Well,
they got to nerf, or they got to make the PvE targets tougher.
They would probably do the latter.
Yep.
I mean, if they still had as much of a thriving PvP game as they might like to believe, then it wouldn't be as much of a hurt to their pocketbook. As some nights, I don't know how they're able to keep afloat. They might get small losses here and there, but they've been going on so long, even in this year, after a lot of mistakes, and it's like, okay, congratulations. I don't know how you did it, but you did it.
Yeah.
This thing's
No.
really good, you guys.
This is the hull that's supposed to be going around getting hit all the time, right?
Yep.
And the other one is supposed to avoid the hits. So it kind of makes sense for this to be more tankier, right?
I guess so. I
But
mean,
this
I'm
is
wondering if
this is on a
when you-
different.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm just wondering if when you build this, you might want to drop like a little, a siege cannon on it or something, just to give it a little higher speed than your other carriers, so it stays up front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is supposed to get hit, and so are the Skyfires, but there's a difference between, 320, 200 deflections. If you have 5 in a fleet, they'd all stack up to be about the same resists as a Phoenix, which are a little less than this, and 12,000 armor points, I think it is, and 140,000 armor points with double the deflections and better resists.
Yeah.
Have I been wrong in building Phoenixes, guys?
Well, I mean, it's
I
not
don't
like
know.
you could have built Skyfires before. So, right. So the question is, do you want to all of a sudden change direction? Like stop building Phoenixes and start finishing Skyfires? That's what you got to think about.
I would use the build time, the time, use it on Phoenixes, and then just wait till you get TLCs and tokens on the Skyfires.
I mean, depending how long that the actually I can test that. Let me see how long a Skyfire Phoenix is base. Or Gutspill's Phoenix at balls. That's a week long. Okay. 15-ish days on a build. 30, 37. I'll have some spare time at the end of this month to start building Skyfires if I finish up the everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got the 3. If you got all 12 tokens from the 3 prize packs, then you could have 3 blank Skyfires already, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But
I mean, I'm considering like this plus 4 Phoenixes. This goes in and solos the drones because holy crap, that damage. And then you've got your Phoenixes on 2 to 5, and you dance around.
But I don't know. I mean, yeah, you could build this and pair it with Phoenixes until you get more Skyfires.
I mean, probably only until I get the. Oh wow, I don't know what to do.
I feel like I'm gonna just stick with Phoenix, but you know, right? Somebody's gonna coin these babies up. So you know, we're gonna see what these can do in this raid, and then maybe you'll be able to make a decision on what you want to start building. Although I think I'm going to be building a flagship by day 2, so I might need to decide a little more quickly.
Yeah, I'm so hoping that I don't need 80 million for the Guts Bills Phoenix. If I need, because I have to take I have a actual plans like life this weekend, so I have to take a full day off of the raid, and I work for the other days because I have a job now. So I don't know if I'll be able to get 80 million and all the tokens. So if they screw that up, like that might be a significant factor in determining what I build going forward.
If you got to
get the Guts Bills.
Yeah. Yeah, if you
can only pick one, I want this one. This is nuts.
Well, and you might have to get this one first as well.
Yeah, because again, I own both specials. I own everything but this and the main prizes. And I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say in the raid briefing. They've screwed it up before.
Yeah, they've done that before. I had to get a beer. Did anybody else? Because what I was thinking before was using this as the flagship for the Phoenixes. Was that the discussion?
Brian said that. Yep.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's what I was.
I'm considering it because
Yeah, because it seems to have the offensive firepower to take out the drones. But I'm sorry, I missed a minute or two. So
no, I was just having a philosophical quandary. Where is your God now in BP? As
well, it's obviously what's his face.
Your God is Gutspill? Oh man.
Yeah.
Blood for the gut. Blood for the blood god.
Yeah.
Gut for the gut god.
The gut god. There we go.
The beer gut god.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even sure what he's drinking. I mean, no matter how much.
It's probably inflicted with uranium and poisonous.
Yeah.
That gut he has, that might be cancer. You might want to see a doctor.
You might want to see a doctor, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. Oh, Zealous.com.
Zealous.com Prime.
Yeah.
Is that Jeff Bezos I see on the bridge?
It could be. Yeah, Zealous.
Right there, his shiny bald head. Yeah. All right, so this looks kind of like a Zelos, except it's got a flagship effect, which bumps your defenses.
Yeah, sort of looks like a. I mean, it's a unitasker generalist. If you look at it, because if you look at the defenses, you only have penetrating and corrosive,
right?
Which will prevent you from using in the FM. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's exactly right.
No,
yeah.
No.
It's a unitasker generalist.
You keep it in the corner, and your Zelos has pen defense and bonus deflections and stun resist. I never said it was good, but it's a thing. Don't do that. It's probably not that good.
Well,
yeah. I mean, it's got its build time, but it's. I mean, it's.
I mean, if you're committed,
my quandary is calling it a generalist.
Right? Oh, it's totally not a generalist. No.
Yeah, because it's sort of like I don't know. I know that Larry's probably watched Good Eats, and with Alton Brown.
Oh yeah, I remember that show.
The only unitasker he keeps in the kitchen is the fire extinguisher, and this is
Yeah,
like
but-
a fire extinguisher where you're going to cool your food with it as well. That's the only way to call it a generalist. But
I don't want to cool my food with the fire. Oh,
Well,
God.
yeah, but it's a unitasker, or
No, I get it. I'm just envisioning it, and it's
or just to hit people on top of the head with in case somebody breaks in, you can hit them on top of the head, or you could spray them with it.
spray them. Yeah.
Yeah. We're all good with that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry I took us off track there.
No, it's all right. I mean, I guess if you're committed, right, to using Zelos for this raid cycle, then you want this. But I mean, this isn't going to bring a Zealous fleet anywhere close to the effectiveness of a Phoenix or Skyfire fleet.
And it only boosts the defenses too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very good in boosting defenses, and it's got the stunning but it's not like you're gonna go out and just rain hellfire down on them.
Yeah, I'm not a Zealous builder, but yeah, like we talked about last week or the week before, the Edge missile, pound for pound, is the strongest missile in the game against ships that don't have deflection
Per ton. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I'd rather have a Savage leading my fleet of Zealouses. Almost. Actually, okay.
Well,
if you can avoid corrosive damage, the Savage is better.
But I think
stun resistance is the big issue right here.
Yeah.
Plus 90
Oh, that's right. You can. I can put Agi 4 on or Agi 3 probably. If you have Agi 4, then you're probably sort of a baller, and you probably have a better ship.
But I remember TSM bringing Apollos in that he just dolled up with AG4 stun armor, and it was still getting stunned longer than the other ships that were intended for this. You recall that? You recall watching that? As far or Larry, were you in that preview?
Yeah.
I wasn't in there for very long.
Okay. But what we saw was that the Apollos and ships that didn't. I mean, because we had the show last week or the week before where I kept on saying what's shown in the blueprint, because it appeared that there was a disconnect between what was in the blueprint and the performance of these hulls. Not this hull, but like the Apollo versus the Phoenix. It was very different as far as, even though they showed this same stun resist, the amount of time that they were stunned was different.
I mean, the Phoenix had the aura, but that shouldn't have mattered as much as it seemed to have mattered.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very strange.
All right, we done with the .com Prime?
I'm trying to remember if there was anything else. 4 hours, 10 minutes. Nap time. If you're running a Zealous fleet, if anything goes wrong, it seems like what?
Yeah.
Just slap some armor on these things, and we're about 6 hours. We're looking at 30 hours. Well, then split it back down to 15.
Only 15 hours.
Yeah. But what I'm saying,
I mean, that's been the.
Go ahead.
No, that's been the knock against these Zelos from the start. Is their repair efficiency wasn't good, and their repair time wasn't good. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you run into, I don't know how punitive these targets are, but because we're running into this with the garrison fleets going against these TOs.
Oh yeah. You drive wrong and you die. Yeah.
Or you drive right, if you just get a little hiccup of lag, and you're
And you got those scatter guns we were talking about at the top of the show.
Yeah,
those will probably waste you.
Yeah, I wish they would work out a fix for that.
I mean, it's their design, right?
Yeah. I'm not saying that. Yeah. It's the way that I'm not sure that they're designing it for the fact that lag could just mess you up incredibly.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, but
Then they should probably get off of Flash.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different issue, and it's not going to happen. But
No.
yeah, these repair times, there needs to be something, and the punitive nature of things. They need to work something out differently, at least in my opinion.
Yep.
So I'm sorry. Move on.
All right. Build time reductions. This is, I guess, maybe what we were to expect. Once the Talon got reduced, we probably were expecting to see all the other missiles come down to match. Phalanx coming down is nice. The Phalanx 4 being over a day was really rough, so it's nice to see that come down.
Yeah, and there's a whole list of them. These are just the few that I thought were relevant to most players.
Yeah. All the old missiles came down by a lot too, but you're not building siege missiles anymore, I hope.
Yeah.
Oh god, the Motto missile takes less time to build now.
Yeah.
It wasn't good enough before, you guys.
Well, for all the poor, sad people that didn't get. I mean, I didn't spend any shipyard time on my muddles, right? I used gluttony tokens. So
yeah. I feel them, like Brian mentioned, I feel the muddle missile being in here is a mistake.
I think they just picked every single missile. Every missile down the game.
Everything is PvE here except for the muddle missile and the cesium scarab. And those are PvP.
Sorry.
And I already have my cesium scarab issues, so we don't get along well.
I have the science to back it up.
Okay. Yeah. I got videos. Not with her, but I have videos with George.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. We don't want it. Nobody wants to see that. No.
No, people have been watching it.
Even if George carries a wrench that big.
Yeah.
Could you not start the fanfic, please? It's already awkward enough here.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
I'm glad the edge missile's down. The generalist thing was supposed to be you put your stuff on, your stuff refits quickly. And that was the case with the Quake Cannon. That was not the case with the mortars, but that is now the case with the edge missile where it wasn't before. So if you built Zealous Quake Cannons, you could swap them out to edge missiles and it wouldn't be unbearably long. Like 2.5 days to swap out 10 to 10. 10 cannons to 10 missiles.
I think the whole flaw with that philosophy is that you want those ships after the raid cycle's over to do whatever thing the raid targets move into. So
this is moving into the 91s and TLCs, which is not. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is, if you want to do the whole game, you want it. So, right? I mean, if you have your Zealous built for ballistic, and now you refit them to do assault, well, now you can't do base part targets anymore. If you keep rotating around chasing the raid build, then you can't do the chores.
Yeah.
And
but
in this particular
building those hulls, can't you just keep on cranking out Zealouses until just constantly build Zealouses? Just wake up in the morning, start a Zealous build.
If you do, you live a very sad BP life, and I'm sorry.
No, I only have one Zealous, but but that's what I'm trying to figure out if that's what they're doing with some of this stuff.
In this particular case, I don't think it matters because these become the 91s for titanium, for a mega hull. If the best thing you can muster is a Zealous, your mega hull probably sucks, or it doesn't exist because you haven't built it.
Yeah, but the other thing is the TLCs. The TLCs are the ones that are going to come out and bite you.
Yeah, those will really bite you.
Yeah, I think in this point though, you can because Apollos are in the foundry, but
you got to have the fleet, right? You got to have the shipyard time to build them, and if you're always messing with your Zealous, then I don't know.
Whatever. You can mess with my Zealous anytime.
Mess with her Zealous.
Whatever. Yeah.
I have the Zealous Com Prime. Thank you.
Whatever. Okay, tell her that. She didn't smile. Okay.
She's not happy.
Yeah. She doesn't look like a happy woman, though. Yeah.
You're not going to get much torque on that wrench when you hold it up like that, honey.
Well, she, her left hand. Her left hand's gonna get some leverage on there.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right.
Well,
And the slides.
And the slides. Okay. Does anybody in chat? I mean, I've already told Larry.
Yes.
Who this person is. Does anybody want to guess? She's an Olympic athlete. What sport she is in? And then, you're welcome to join the after show if you get the answer right. But I've also already posted the after show link. So you could actually just click on the link or get this correct.
So you've completely subverted your own.
Hey.
If they get it right, do they like get sucked into the after show regardless?
Yeah. If
Is
they
that how
get
that
it
works?
correct, then yeah, something bad happens to them. They just get sucked
And they
into
didn't
the
get-
wormhole.
They're in the after show.
Oh,
It's
bobsledding.
the Twilight Zone.
Close. Oh, well, no. Teletary was close. Curling, no. Bobsledding, both of them, yes. It's but beach ball is wrong, Raptor. It involves ice.
Ice skating.
It's a hockey
Oh, yes. She's
because we
part
had
of
the
it.
whole hockey team on. No, the whole hockey
no,
team
no.
was in the thing.
Yeah. And the ESPN the body issue, but she's actually on the part of the Dutch hockey team, not the U.S. hockey team. So
I thought they made pole dancing. Pole dancing went to the Olympics.
yeah. No, she's a member of the Dutch hockey team, not the American hockey team. Because that's what I was originally looking for. I was looking for a member of. I was looking for that because there was a great picture with like all 5 of them are on the ice and doing whatever. And if people haven't seen it, but yeah, that was fun to watch. But yeah, Dutch hockey player.
She's great.
Yeah, hockey.
I thought it would be. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
It's okay. And Raptor, who's he gets more Canadian by the day, but yeah,
I can't believe she still has all her. I mean, maybe she doesn't have all her teeth. There's got to be something going on there.
Yeah. I don't know why you make any guarantees regarding her teeth. She probably has one.
Maybe that's why her mouth is closed. Maybe she
Yeah,
doesn't want to show it.
Yeah, she's got one. She's just got one dilapidated tooth that's barely hanging on.
She looks like that. She smiles. She's all like,
She might look very party at that point in time. All right. Well, I will take.
all right. Should I make everybody sad and bring it back and stop sharing my screen?
Sure.
I mean, they could just pause it if they wanted to keep seeing that.
But then they couldn't listen to us blather on.
Well, but they can just watch the video back.
That's true. All right.
You can stop
That'll be
sharing.
enough of that.
All right. And then I will put this to full screen so I can take because Larry doesn't like to be on.
Nope.
Yeah. Especially since we can see, everybody can figure out a way to get to his liquor cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Right there.
We go. Show participants. There we go. And stop presenting.
It shouldn't be so hard. There you go.
But yeah, I turned off the participants.
All right. The Zeos. I wanted to ask about the Zeos Prime. Is it? If you're not going for that, you might as well just. If you're not going for the Zeos, you might as well not get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it good for PvP? Like you were saying something about like it's the best missile for.
No.
Damage to weight ratio
Damage
is
to
the
weight.
metric used there.
Oh.
But- Yeah,
Yeah,
just,
DPS per ton, it's the highest, and that stat only matters when you can figure out how much you can stack on a ship relative to other things.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
and you've got 10 slots on the Zelos.
Yeah.
yeah.
But what about the deflection? What did it, I know DPS is a factor, but deflection also.
I mean, yeah, maybe like if you use a Zelos tank in your FM, I mean, you could drop a mortar, you could drop a monolith and put one of these in, and you get the extra deflection and pen resistance on your tank. But I don't know. I don't think I'd build it just for that.
Yeah, we have a request for you to do a shot, Larry. What are you gonna do a shot of?
I could do some bourbon.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I'm thinking just getting the 2 flagships. Just the 2 flagships this round, and maybe the charged armors. That's at least that's a lot less than normally what we were getting in raids. What do you think? Am I on?
You're on.
Okay.
But I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to chat and trying to figure out what Larry's gonna come back with.
What are you guys gonna get? I mean, actually, what are you wanting to get in the raid?
In the raid?
Mhm.
I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm a little bit confused, but the first thing I want to do is get the
Since
Bill
we're
Phoenix. There we go.
since we're
Oh,
advertising liquor, it's the larceny
Nice.
Okay.
and
Wow.
the shot glass from. I don't know if this will come through. It's a shot glass from Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I don't think it's coming through, but
No, I think we got
I'm
that
gonna
one better
sip
than the Ghost IPA.
oh yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
All right, happy now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Raptor likes the glass. Hey, Cuddle. Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know if we have much else to add. I mean, Mike, you joined the show after we presented the slides. Do you have anything else? And let me see. I guess chat's been moving pretty quickly, so I should post it one more time in case anybody just popped on. I know Cuddlefish isn't going to get on, but anybody else, Raptor or whoever.
I could read the story
come.
behind larceny, why it's called larceny.
Cool.
Well,
Go ahead.
we could do.
I wanna hear a story.
Our favorite was the Maker's Mark. Do you recall that?
Oh, the earmuffs and the mistletoe.
Well, it wasn't the earmuffs, but yeah, the mistletoe. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That was highly amusing to a lot of viewers.
Put that mistletoe over that hockey player. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
All right. So should I read the story of larceny?
Sure. Yeah.
John E. Fitzgerald's weakness was fine bourbon, and he faced temptation every day. As a treasury agent with the only set of keys to the rick houses, taking from the barrels was easy, but he didn't just take from any barrels. He took from the best barrels. Some say he was a thief. Others claim he was a man of great taste. This is the legend of larceny. Unlock the smoothness and decide for yourself.
Yeah. So, I guess everybody show up on Friday, and I'll try and figure out a picture for the best barrels.
Hey, can I get that at the liquor store here?
Yeah. You can get this stuff at the liquor store.
So, well, does anybody have anything to add?
Well, I thought we were going to just ramble on for a while.
Well, we've already gone an hour and a half with
we can end the live show and keep yapping if
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
else wants to get on.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying, yeah, we can keep the after show going, and because I had some things I was going to explain to everybody as far as cooking and whatnot. So if you want to jump on the show,
You say what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I heard something else.
Yeah.
How to make bacon cheeseburgers for Charlotte McKinney.
Yeah. Or, how I made bacon peanut butter ice cream. We could get into that as well. But unless anybody has anything else, we can end the live show and see if anybody would like to join the after show. But Brian, Larry, Mike, Daniel, anything else?
Good night, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Alrighty. Well, I've just posted the link for the last time while we're live, and anybody feel free to join us.